Hi, everybody. Welcome to Stamping with Melva. I'm Melva Peters, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in British Columbia, Canada. And you can find me online at stampingwithmelva.com. So today I wanted to show you, I have a sketch challenge for you. So I'm recording this a little early because I have a meeting tonight, and so I can't be at home at the normal time that I jump on at 6:30 Pacific. But I didn't want to miss out on making a card for my sketch challenge. So I will go back and look at the comments afterwards and answer any questions, but I hope you enjoy this sketch. It's kind of, you can do a whole bunch of things. That's what I kind of like about sketches. You don't have to do it the way I do it. You can use it as a guideline. Doesn't have to be exact. But I hope you have fun with this. I'm going to play with the Share a Milkshake bundle. I've been using this a lot lately. It's funny how when you finally break open a bundle or a stamp set, and suddenly realize how fun it is. So today I'm making a really bright card. I'm going to warn you, it's a really bright card. This is for a challenge that I have coming up that I need to participate in. And the challenge is I'm going to use bright colors. So it might be a little bit different, and maybe I wouldn't eat the ice cream if it was this color. Although I have eaten black ice cream, so I'm not sure why I say I wouldn't eat it, this bright blue and green ice cream, but maybe you wouldn't. But anyway, I'm sure there's kids that will. All right, let me switch over and we will get started. All right, there we go. All right, so this is the sketch. And as always, oops, I lost a little piece. This sketch will go live on social media. Oh, sorry about that. Hit the camera at about 7 o'clock tonight. So you can grab this and then also grab the measurements if you miss it. So as always, the card base is 5.5 by 8.5 or 4.25 by 11. It's a portrait style card. Layer 1, which is kind of the orangey layer, is 4 inches by 5.25. And then layer 2, which is the blue square, is about 2 3/4 square. You can make it bigger, smaller. I'm using the largest of the squares from the Stylish Shapes dies, so that's why it's 2 3/4. Layer 3, which is the green, is a shape of some sort. I've got a circle here, but it can be whatever shape you want, around 2 inches by 2 inches. And then the sentiment, 3/4 of an inch by 3. And again, you can make that as big or small as you need to for your sentiment. So I think you could do lots with this. I'm going to use some pretty designer series paper for mine. So this is the Share a Milkshake bundle. It is so fun. It's 2-step stamping. So you get the milkshake glass with, of course, the whipped cream or ice cream. What I'm doing today, I'm using the waffle cone die that comes. So you can create a waffle cone, and then I'm going to put 3 scoops of ice cream in it. I'm also going to put a spoon, so you can cut out the spoon. I could put a cherry on top if I wanted to. One of the ones, I love this die. It cuts kind of grids or cross hatch that you can put in behind. Not using that today. I've used it a lot. The die to cut out the whipped cream or the ice cream actually has a little slit in it, so you can actually put a straw or the spoon if you wanted to. It's really cool. All right, so that's this bundle if you haven't seen it before. Now let's bring in my bright colors. So first of all, I've got Starry Sky. I love this color. This is one of the in colors that is not retiring. This is one of the ones that goes through till next year. So Starry Sky, I've got it 4.25 by 11, and I'm scoring it at 5.5. All right, fold into the mountain or the raised line to get a better fold. And use your bone folder. There we go. There's the card base. Now, for mine, I'm using a piece. This is the Flowers and More Designer Series paper. This is one of the host rewards you can get when you put in an order of $200 or more. You get 10%, starting at 10% in free rewards. And so this is one of the really pretty pieces of the paper. So again, I'm kind of focusing on the bright colors. So this is 4 inches by 5.25. Now I decided I needed just a little bit of pop of color behind it. I felt like the designer series paper was getting a little bit lost on the starry sky. So I've cut a piece of basic white. So this isn't part of it, but if you ever want to just kind of brighten up your first layer, you can put it on a piece that is, this is just at 1/8 inch bigger. So it's 4 and 1/8 by 5 3/8. And so just adds a little bit of a pop of, I could have used actually Parakeet Party, but I've got Parakeet Party to go on the center of my card. So I'm just kind of putting this, it's like I said, it's just a peekaboo of white. And that will be my first layer there. I'm not going to put this on because I want to put some ribbon around it. Okay, so now I've gone ahead and cut out the, this is the largest of the squares in the stylish shapes. So I've got that and I've cut it out of Parakeet Party. I went ahead and cut out already. You can see it's embossed. This is the waffle cone. So I'm going to take some crumb cake because it's looking a little bit stark. This is one of the new mini or small blending brushes, just like the regular size blending brush is so soft. But it's just smaller, so you can just kind of maybe control it a little bit more. Pick up some ink. I use my case to kind of tap off the bulk of the ink, and I'm just kind of going and adding some color to my waffle cone. So it's crumb cake, and I'm just adding crumb cake ink just to kind of make it look like it's got some texture to it. You could use soft suede if you wanted to, but I just wanted it just to be a bit subtle. So it's kind of got some color to it. So then it's already got the score line. So you just take and fold there, and we have a waffle cone. Isn't that cool? Now I'm just going to take a glue dot and put on this one flap. And actually what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to just take a dimensional or a piece of dimensional. I've got to find some more and put here in the middle. So it's popped up a little bit in the center. So it's just not quite so flat. And then fold that over and then fold that over. And now hopefully that glue dot will hold. No, it's not doing very well holding. Maybe I need another glue dot. You could use a dimensional on it as well if you wanted to, but for some reason it's just maybe two glue dots. Oh, it really doesn't want to hold with glue dots. Okay, so let's try something else. Let's try a little piece, a little dimensional, and see if that will hold it in place. Press that down. I think it's the ink that I've used to add some color that's causing me to not stick. All right, let's just use this little piece of a dimensional. Oh, it just doesn't want to stick. There we go. Okay, I think that's going to hold now. Oh, that's not. Huh. Well, I think it's my glue or my ink that's caused it. Hopefully. Maybe. Nope. It's not behaving. All right, let's try and find. Take that dimensional off. Let's see if we add some liquid glue, and I'm just going to let that set for a minute. So while that's setting, I'm going to put some dimensionals on my this is Parakeet Party square. I'm going to have to dig out a new package of dimensionals soon because I'm running out of the large ones. Oh, I see I have a new package sitting there, so that's good. And I always like to put one dimensional kind of in the middle, so the middle of my square doesn't sag. Pull the backings off. There we go. Put this here in the middle. Okay, so let's see if that glue, I'm going to hold that. It just doesn't want to. Maybe I shouldn't have put ink on the inside. Oh, there, I think it's holding. Whew, no. So maybe if you're going to do the sponging like I did, you don't want to put the ink on the side that's going to have the flat folded over. Okay, so I went ahead. Well, that's sticking. I went ahead and cut out, stamped and cut out some, like I said, bright color ice cream. So I've got 2 cut in Parakeet Party and 1 in Starry Sky. So we're just going to take and start just putting a dimensional. Actually, I'm going to use mini dimensionals for this. So I'm going to put a mini dimensional right there on the top and just put this piece of this scoop, not a piece, a scoop of ice cream on top. And then we're going to put the last Parakeet Party scoop. There we go. And then I'm going to take, I've got the minis out, so we'll use the minis. Now, these are all popped up, so you may find you have to use multiple layers, but we're just going to take and hopefully do this, she says, like that. Like that. Okay, I'm going to move these over just a little bit. Pull off. I'm going to kind of have it, there we go. Now, you could take and put a piece of Terran tape adhesive just to kind of hold those all in place. So I'm just going to take a break a piece off. I'm only going to use just this, you know, just like you would Scotch tape, but I always have Terran tape handy. And I think we'll just take and put some dimensionals underneath here because it's popped it, kind of lifting up there. There we go. However you need to make these scoops stick up. There we go. All right, there is my scoops of ice cream, bright scoops of ice cream. Now, I've got a spoon that I cut out of crumb cake. So I'm just going to take and pop that through the little slit. I don't want it too far in because otherwise you won't see that it's a spoon. And I think I'll just put a glue dot underneath that so it will hold. Like that. And then just stick it through the slit. Let's get the slit open so it will go in there like that. Things are just not behaving today. There we go. There's the spoon. All right, so I'm going to just put that like that. And now I'm going to take and just use some dimensionals on the back of my ice cream, my waffle cone, and also the scoops of ice cream. Now you may have to double layer depending how you want this to look, but sometimes when you've got dimensionals already between the layers, you'll need to add another dimensional on top. So just peel the back off and then put another dimensional right on top of that first one, and that just makes it so it doesn't sag. Okay, I've got some Parakeet Party ribbon. So before I put that on, I want to figure out where I want my ribbon. I was wondering if I wanted it to go like this underneath my scoop of ice cream. Yeah, I think that's what I want. So I'm just going to take and wrap my ribbon around the palm of my hand kind of 2 or 3 times and then pinch it in the middles. And I like to use Stamp and Seal, just a little bit of Stamp and Seal, and just kind of lay it down. And in this case, I'm going to have it kind of go in the opposite way to my ice cream cone so that you can see it. All right, like that. I think that's kind of fun. I'm sure somebody would love to have those bright colors of ice cream. There was a place when I lived in Vancouver. I think it was a gelato place, not ice cream, but that I think they had something like 51 or 52 flavors of ice cream. It's crazy. I could never decide when I went there. There was just too many choices. Now I went ahead and cut or stamped the sentiment already because I had my ink pads out. So I've stamped this sentiment in Starry Sky. If you follow me, you know I fussy cut my sentiments for the most part. So we're just going to take and fussy cut around this. I think this definitely qualifies for a bright card. Okay, so I think I'm good now. I've got everything the way I want it. So we can put this layer onto our card base. Make sure it's not upside down. Ask me how I know to check. Wouldn't be the first time that I end up with a layer upside down. All right, and then more dimensionals on that. Oh, there's a sheet. Okay, so I've still got some here. I'm going to break out those new dimensionals anytime now. All right, so we'll just take those two pieces. Make sure it won't sag in the middle. And then this can go right there. Okay, now I have a piece of basic white. What shall we stamp on the inside of the card? Maybe some hearts. There's some little hearts here. They're kind of cute. So let's do that, and we'll stamp those in Starry Sky. So do like that, and then like that. So we get some little hearts. So we can write lots of room to write a little note. And oops. There we go. That's the inside of the card. Now the only other thing I want is I've got some of these. These are the matte decorative dots in colors. So I've got some here. They come in all the five in colors. So I've got some of the Starry Sky ones and some of the Parakeet Party. So we're going to kind of mix it up here and put some of each like that. And I think I want one more. Let's do one more. So I always do odd numbers. All right, there we go. So there's a very bright colored card in the Shake and Milkshake based on today's sketch. So if you have any questions, just leave them, leave a note or leave a comment either on the video or on Facebook, because this will go stream to YouTube and Facebook at the same time. So leave a comment. I'm happy. I'll get back and answer it after when I get home or tomorrow morning. And again, the sketch will go live at about 7 o'clock tonight. So you'll be able to grab it. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you look at the Cherish Milkshake bundle. It's hard to say. It's so cute. And I know that you're going to have so much fun with it. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for joining me. Hope you have a great evening. Happy stamping. Bye.